OpenAI's new AI model, dall-e2, is scarily good at creating images from text prompts. However, the new capabilities come with new restrictions to prevent abuse. dall-e2 does the same thing fundamentally, turning a text prompt into a surprisingly accurate image. But it has learned a few new tricks. For example, it can now generate images in different styles, such as watercolor or oil painting. It can also create images from 3D models, making it even more versatile than its predecessor. dall-e2 takes a text prompt and turns it into an image. It has learned a few new tricks, such as taking into account the context of the prompt and the user's preferences. The new capabilities come with new restrictions to prevent abuse. For example, dall-e2 will not generate images of real people without their consent. This is to prevent the AI from being used to create fake images or videos. dall-e2 produces much higher quality images that are several times bigger and more detailed. In addition, it is actually faster than the previous model despite producing more imagery. This means that more variations can be generated in the short amount of time that a user is willing to wait. The improvement in quality is due in part to the switch to a diffusion model. This type of image creation starts with pure noise and refines the image over time, repeatedly making it a little more like the image requested until there is no noise left at all. However, the model is also smaller and more efficient, as some of the engineers who worked on it have said. dall-e does something called in-painting, which is basically smart replacement of an area in an image. So, if you have a picture of your place but there are some dirty dishes on the table, you can select that area and describe what you want instead, like an empty wooden table or a table without dishes on it. In seconds, the model will show you a handful of interpretations of that prompt, and you can pick whatever looks best. This may be familiar to you from Photoshop's context-aware fill tool. However, dall-e's capabilities are much greater than simply filling in a space with more of the same. It can actually invent new things, like a different kind of bird, or a cloud. In the case of the table, it could show a vase of flowers or a spilled bottle of ketchup. It's not hard to imagine useful applications for this. The new dall-e AI model is able to generate realistic images that include things like appropriate lighting and shadows. It can also choose correct materials based on the rest of the scene. This is a huge improvement over previous AI models which were not able to generate such realistic images. The third new capability of dall-e is variations. This allows the system to generate multiple variations of an image, from very close approximations to more impressionistic versions. You can even give it a second image and it will combine the most salient aspects of each. The quality of the images generated by dall-e is far superior to anything else that is currently available. Although there are still some telltale signs that the image is generated by AI, they are much less obvious than before. This is a huge step forward in the development of AI-generated images. dall-e2 is the latest version of a model that OpenAI first developed in early 2020. It runs on a hosted platform and is currently invite-only for developers to try out. The platform includes a content policy that prohibits certain types of images, such as those that are violent or sexually explicit. This is to prevent misuse of the AI-generated images, such as deepfakes or fake news reports. All of the images generated by dall-e2 are reviewed by human inspectors. This is not scalable in the long term, but it is part of the learning process for the team. They are still determining how the boundaries should work for the images. For now, the platform is small and self-hosted. In time, OpenAI plans to turn dall-e2 into an API that can be called like their other functions. But they want to be sure that it is safe to do so before taking the training wheels off. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more videos from our channel, subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell icon.